Welcome to Beas In Exile. Today is, now it's Saturday, August the 11th. Excuse me. And this is the weekend market overview, looking at the Dow SPX VIX TNA UUP FXE GLD SLV and everything else. Alright, well, it started off as a promising day and ended up not so promising. As a matter of fact, the Bulls did such a good job today that really throws a lot of things into question. And so I'm just going to run through it. We ended with a hanging man today. It did not exceed the previous high. It's very, very close though. And if it's able to exceed that high, whew, the Bears are in huge trouble. But anyways, it hasn't been done yet. But wow, certainly is troublesome for the bearish perspective, that is. Beyond that, we did have a downtick intraday, but of course by the end of the day they were able to save it. So our tell that we were looking for, we still don't have it, and still have a topping area in the heat map. Still have the 14-day RSI moving average moving up, stochastics holding high with it. Yet another tick down on the CCI, up on the RSI crossing the 70, up on the MACD, and this is the curious thing. We have a tick down on the MACD histogram. So, just very, very interesting to me. I would hope that momentum will wane, but we will see. This is just amazing. 60-minute time frame. Oh, so the daily chart, yeah, looks pretty darn good. Certainly not perfect, but I really would have been happier if everything had started to roll over, but that just is not the case. Going to the 60-minute time frame, we had talked about last night that they were working off the 60-minute time frame, that it was no longer screaming for a move down. And they finished it off today. 60-minute actually looks pretty good. Tiny blip in the heat map, nothing really to go off of. And we have everything moving up. Even the 14-day RSI moving average now has shifted and has ticked up. Looking for a bullish cross. MACD histogram sloping up. It looks bullish in the 60-minute. That's all there is to it. Doesn't look that bad in the daily. And definitely does not look bad in the 60-minute. Going on to SPX, it's going to be more of the same. No need to rehash. Ending with the hanging man not busting out the previous high, and everything moving up. Downtick on the CCI, downtick on the MACD histogram, very minor. Everything else holding up or pointing up. 60-minute time frame also looks good in that time frame. Going on to the VIX. Whoo, boy, the VIX got clobbered today, ending down in the 14s. Wow, just amazing. No fear whatsoever. And still have a bottoming area in the heat map, but a new low. It'll probably have to be retested at the least. And everything ticking down. What can you say? Terrible. 60-minute time frame, is this one beat up? Well, we have everything moving down. CCI going sideways, RSI going sideways. Got the two reversed there. But everything else ticking down. It's not a good chart. That's all there is to it. Bad in the 60-minute time frame. And TNA. Ending with a spinning top. It is weaker than the Dow and the SPX. Actually having a lower close than yesterday's low. Thursday's low. And we have the CCI rolling over, the stochastics trying to turn, 14-day RSI moving average not pointing up yet, up on the RSI, up on the MACD and very slightly up on the MACD histogram. This one is more encouraging to the bears than the down SPX, but certainly it's not a terrible looking chart in the daily time frame. And 60 minutes. Any big difference? No, not really. Histogram sloping up, MACD trying to turn, RSI up, stochastics up, CCI up, only the 14-day RSI moving average still moving down. Overall, definitely more bullish than bearish. Whew. Just don't have good news for the bears tonight. And UUP. This one started out with a very strong gap up. Very encouraging. We were talking last night about the uptick, which was resolved in one day. Of course, when you have an uptick resolve or a downtick resolve, you have to see what the next day brings, since a bubble is fixed, and gap up and fall essentially the entire day with a little bit of recovery attempted at some certain points. 14-day RSI moving average moving down, along with the CCI, along with the RSI, along with the MACD. MACD histogram is sloping up, and so are the stochastics. It'll be very interesting to see what happens next, since this one is very mixed. This is a push-pull. Still have the bullish long-term moving average bar in effect. It is taking damage. And we talked about last night about it wanting to suck things back into it. Did a great job of that yesterday. Today, on its open, able to expel it, but unable to repel it. And got to see what happens next. Oof. And FXE, the euro. And we've talked about it having problems with the long-term moving average bar, being expelled from it. Today, gapping below the major price consensus level, but able to bounce back and close just above it. The only good thing here for the bears is that if it wants to go back up, it has to deal with the long-term moving average bar again. So, beyond that, moving down on the CCI, the stochastics, MACD histogram. Looks like we're trying to curl on the MACD, but it's not underway yet. RSI still moving up. 14-day RSI moving average still moving up. This one is kind of a hard read. I mean, it's a push-pull just like UUP, but closing above the major price consensus level, it almost makes me think that it will attempt another go at the long-term moving average bar. What I'd be looking for at that point would be a lower high. I guess we'll see. Need more time. It's always more time, isn't it? CompQ, the NASDAQ. Very similar to the Dow and SPX, certainly in a topping area. And downtick on the MACD histogram. Everything else the same. Well, everything is the same as the Dow and SPX, so I guess no need to rehash. Can it break out of that high? Man, there's going to be a lot of short covering if they can do it. 60-minute doesn't look bad either. And Apple. You know, it's so similar. Everything is so darn similar. Downtick on the MACD histogram. This one going sideways on more things. 14-day RSI moving average going sideways. Stochastics attempting to turn, but not really getting underway. Sideways on the RSI. A slight up on the MACD. And this one actually, I think, is a little, would seem to me, is less strong than the Dow and SPX, but it is similar. It is very similar. So, be very interesting what Monday brings. GE trying to get a better read on the Dow. Once again, very, very similar. There's no tell here. And moving sideways CCI, down on RSI, down histogram, sideways MACD, and stochastics trying to turn, not convincing. 14-day RSI moving average still moving up. Oh, hopefully it won't take like 2 or 3 days, but I suppose that it could before the 14-day turns if we're not going to have a breakout. But that would be a long 3 days. USO oil came so close to its downtick, was able to save it by the end of the day. We would have had a really good tell, but just wasn't meant to be. And very similar to the Dow and SPX, down on the histogram, up on the MACD, up on the RSI, down on the CCI, down on the stochastics, 14-day RSI moving average holding high. It'd be really great once we start getting a downtick, but nothing to go off of at the moment. And XLF, the financials. No downtick here either. Spinning top. Same as the Dow, same as SPX. No need to rehash. Hasn't busted out of the recent high. JP Morgan, most important bank. We said that it would should have problems with the 200-day. It still is. Closing above it once again, but yeah, taking a dip intraday. And there is no downtick. Ugh. Same as the Dow, same as SPX on everything except the RSI is ticking down as well. I think that's going to be about it for tonight. Just nothing really to go off of. No tells whatsoever. So I guess we'll see Monday. As always, all investing decisions are your own. This chart and video for entertainment, educational, and consumption of time purposes only. Thank you.